The sun hung low over the vast African savanna, painting the sky in hues of orange and crimson. The air was alive with the rhythmic hum of cicadas and the distant roar of a lion. In the heart of this land, where the acacia trees stood like sentinels against the horizon, a young boy named Kofi prepared for a journey that would change his life. Kofi was the son of a griot, a storyteller and keeper of his village's history. His father, Baba Kwame, was revered for his tales of the ancestors, the spirits of the land, and the wisdom of the elders. But Kofi, though he loved his father's stories, felt a pull towards something deeper, something he could not yet name. One evening, as the village gathered around the fire, Baba Kwame told the story of the drums of the savannah, a mythical rhythm said to connect the living to the spirits of the land. The drums, Baba Kwame said, his voice deep and resonant, are hidden in the sacred mountain of Nyoka. Only the one with a pure heart and a deep love for the land can hear their call. Kofi listened intently, his heart pounding like the very drums his father spoke of. That night, as the moon bathed the savannah in silver light, Kofi dreamed of the mountain. He saw himself standing at its base, the wind whispering secrets in his ear. When he awoke, he knew what he had to do. Kofi set out at dawn, carrying only a small satchel of food, a water gourd, and his father's blessing. The journey to Nyoka was long and treacherous. He crossed rivers teeming with crocodiles, walked through dense forests where the cries of monkeys echoed, and braved the scorching heat of the open plains. Along the way, he encountered the wonders of his homeland. He saw herds of elephants moving gracefully through the grasslands, their tusks gleaming in the sunlight. He heard the songs of birds, each note a celebration of life, and he met people, farmers, hunters, and nomads who shared their food and stories with him, reminding him of the interconnectedness of all who lived on the land. But the journey was not without its challenges. One night, as he camped near a river, a hyena crept into his camp, its eyes glowing in the darkness. Kofi stood his ground, clutching a burning stick from his fire. The hyena snarled but eventually retreated, leaving Kofi shaken but determined. After weeks of travel, Kofi finally reached the base of Nyoka. The mountain loomed before him, its peak shrouded in mist. As he began to climb, he felt a strange energy in the air, a vibration that seemed to resonate with his very soul. The ascent was grueling. The path was steep and rocky, and the air grew thinner with each step. But Kofi pressed on, driven by an inner force he could not explain. As he neared the summit, he began to hear it, a faint, rhythmic drumming that seemed to come from the heart of the mountain. When he reached the top, he found a small clearing surrounded by ancient trees. In the center stood a circle of stones, and within it, a single drum carved from the wood of the baobab tree. Kofi approached it reverently, his heart pounding in time with the rhythm. As he placed his hands on the drum, a surge of energy coursed through him. The rhythm grew louder, filling the air with its power. Kofi closed his eyes and began to play, his hands moving instinctively over the drum's surface. The sound was unlike anything he had ever heard, deep, resonant, and alive. As Kofi played, the world around him seemed to come alive. The trees swayed as if dancing to the rhythm, and the animals of the savannah gathered at the base of the mountain, their eyes fixed on the summit. The spirits of the land, invisible but ever present, joined in the song, their voices blending with the drum's beat. In that moment, Kofi understood his purpose. The drums were not just a connection to the spirits, they were a reminder of the harmony that existed between all living things. The land, the animals, the people, they were all part of the same rhythm, the same song. When Kofi returned to his village, he brought the rhythm with him. He played the drum for his people, and as they danced and sang, they felt the connection to their ancestors, their land, and each other. Kofi had become more than a storyteller. He had become a guardian of the rhythm, a keeper of the spirit of the savannah. Years later, as Kofi sat by the fire, telling his own children the story of the drums of the savannah, he smiled. The rhythm still pulsed within him, a constant reminder of the journey that had shaped his life. And as the stars shone brightly overhead, he knew that the spirit of the land would live on, carried by the beat of the drum and the hearts of those who listened.